Yo, Drake's penis. How big is it? What does it look like?
Yo.
You've tuned into the Unholy Trinity podcast, and that's what we'll be discussing today. That's the entire theme of today's episode.
Lil Drizzy.
For the next
Lil Jizzy.
hour or so, sit back, relax, and we're going to talk about Drake's cock.
Can you relax when you talk about Drake's cock?
So you lads haven't, I don't know, I get pretty terrified, to be honest.
Exactly.
Have you all seen this genitalia in question?
Seen the leaked footage, but I've heard around the block.
What have you heard?
And she cock on the block.
I pull up with a Glock.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
We engage in
Real.
sobriety.
Yeah, what have you
I've
heard?
that there is some Drake footage out there in the wild being spread around like, wildfire here. Footage showing Drake caressing his hog, if you know what I mean.
His proud pig.
Yeah, he's a...
Prize pig. His prize pig,
swine.
yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
right. You can say his bratwurst,
Yeah,
his meat.
yeah. For
It's the
real.
bangers and the beans.
German
sure.
piece of deli produce.
Indeed.
Why is it spicy?
See, the main point of contention here today, ladies and gents, and everyone in between those two spectrums, is seems to be a very long piece of meat, very flaccid piece of meat. Is that correct from what you heard?
From
Fellow
actually hearing is not my experience with this matter. I actually
see.
observed it myself. I was in the room.
So the footage.
I wanna be in
I
the
was the one
room where it
filming.
happens.
Nah.
The room.
I have seen this footage, and it is quite the impressive specimen.
Yes.
Really is
in
a
terms of
prize
size.
pig.
Yeah. I mean,
Are the rumors true? They are true.
the rumors appear to be true.
Unless this footage was doctored, which I am in suspicion of.
And maybe Drake leaked it himself, but that's a conspiracy theory, I believe. But it
Has
could be.
Drake confirmed anything about this leaked footage?
It is real,
He confirmed it to be real.
and he kind of just like laughed it off or whatever.
It is confirmed. It is real. So next time you see Drake and he invites you into his home, make sure to poke holes into his condoms before he puts chili sauce in it.
Chili sauce in it, yeah.
Chili sauce.
See,
Logan
you may
Ma.
have heard that he does put the chili sauce after sex, but in my research, I think he likes to put it before sex,
No.
and he
No,
uses
'cause-
it during sex.
There's no way he's fucking in the chili sauce.
He likes it that way,
He likes it that way.
Just like how Americans fuck peanut butter.
Yeah.
and leave the jar open
Mm.
for someone else to use.
Man. It's real chili sauce on that massive dong.
It's part of the lubricating process.
For sure, for sure.
Grits and oil, kids. Grits and oil.
Should he use lauganma?
No. I don't reckon any chili sauce from anywhere really, unless you're getting like gochujang.
Is that the slippery type?
That's like, yeah, it's not got like pieces of dry chili flake.
Yeah, that might get
Normally
into
the
your
chili oil
urethra.
I know from like where I come from
Mhm.
is a combination of oil and dry spice.
Oil and dry
Mix.
combination.
Exactly. And then you get
Combination.
Real.
Hey, do you think when Drake was hanging out with 21 Savage a lot, did he put chili sauce in his condom while they were hanging out?
Maybe.
Nah, hold on. See, I reckon with if he asked Sean Evans to hit him up with some hot ones.
Yes, that would be a perfect venue to ask these important questions
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
Drake.
Does
So-
he get some chili sauce in his eyes as well?
Oh, I mean that might happen if you're greasing it up. You're greasing your hog, and then you're letting one out. But like it's combined with all the greases. It might splurt at the same time to your eyes.
I mean, do you reckon if he goes on the Hot Ones and he helps Sean Evans cook a chicken and he's helping them rub it in, if you know what I'm saying? Rubbing this,
marinating the chicken.
Marinating, giving it the rub massage.
Damn.
See, that's what Drake was doing in the video. He was marinating his meat.
He was.
What with, though?
His hands.
His hands? Because his hands are spicy?
Maybe, yeah, he has a ritual before rubbing
He
it
put
on.
hand sanitizer on.
And chili sauce.
Yeah.
Hand sanitizer and chili sauce. You know what? I reckon the American chili, which is the
Sriracha.
the dish, which is like beans and chili and meat.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Mexican chili.
chili con carne?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Is that called?
Some people call it chili, I think, but it's
Beans.
Or something.
I mean, it's literally chili con carne. It's like with meat. So
Espanol.
yeah, that's the Spanish knowledge for you.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know. I'm making that up, but I'm pretty sure it is because it sounds like an Italian thing.
Why do I get the impression that Drake would have vegan chili? Not
Maybe
chili
because
con
you think
carne.
about the vegan cookie recipe. Do you know that story?
I don't.
So Drake DM'd Fantano like some like hateful stuff.
It's because
So-
he didn't like the Pregnant album.
Yeah.
What was the Pregnant album?
Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
So then Fantano made a video in response where he was like, "Yo, Drake just DM'd me the best vegan cookie recipe." And never addresses what Drake actually said. He just talks about the vegan cookie recipe for the whole thing.
It's a
It's gotta be true.
Funny, true story.
True story. Or you want to talk about? You want to know some other hip hop drama around the block?
Lay it down.
You're familiar with a certain individual called Playboy Cardi?
I know the card, man.
Yeah. What's your favorite Cardi song?
What was that song? I forgot.
It's Magnolia, isn't it? Like the in New York, I really rock.
So that's one of them. The other one is like where it goes,
Wake up. It's the first of the month.
she called me. Wait, he keeps saying she called me.
Call me.
She called me gay or some shit.
Real.
Oh no, she called me bruh.
Wait, that's actually a...
Bro, see, the most
Yeah.
I know about fucking Playboy Cardi is some fuckboy wannabes trying to be like him.
Damn.
Which obviously I don't talk to them anymore because they're fuckboy wannabes.
Do they talk like Cardi?
Well,
be like,
that's interesting.
"Hey,
So, like, are they
man."
trying to be like mysterious and shit? Because that's like Cardi's
Well,
persona.
they are trying to be mysterious, but they also post about weed and mushrooms on their Instagram stories.
So I feel
Do
like,
they talk with a high pitched, like nasally voice?
does he wear a mask?
Hmm?
Because Cardi's Cardi's a fucking weird guy. I don't really get it. Like, he's very out of the public eye, except for what he needs to be to promote stuff.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's just like, he's into a whole mysterious persona. He's like a mysterious
there's a
anime
new thing, I
protagonist
suppose.
vibe, yeah.
He's serving main character properties. right?
Yeah. But on that note, you're familiar with Aiden Ross?
I heard that name
He's
somewhere.
a streamer, also a terrible person.
Uh-huh.
I know more.
Goes hand in
Apparently, he's
hand.
not a great person, according to Fantano, because Fantano did a video. This is where I got my news about this from.
Okay.
Partly, but I also do from other things. But so allegedly, Aiden Ross paid Cardi $2 million and a Lambo or something, or a Ferrari, to have him appear on his stream. So after waiting for 2 hours on stream, Cardi arrives with his crew, and then Cardi just like kind of faces the wall,
Stares at the wall.
stares at the wall for like a while Aiden Ross is trying to talk to him, and then Cardi just doesn't respond. And he's wearing like a mask or whatever for his mysterious shit. And then later, it's so awkward. He comes to the camera and he goes, "Hi guys, love you," or whatever. And so the entire interaction lasts for 6 minutes. The stream went for over 2 hours or whatever because they were waiting for 2 hours.
You know, no disrespect to Cardi or anyone.
You
but,
can
like,
disrespect him. He also allegedly beat his wife or girlfriend or
I'm
whatever.
thinking
So
he might be on the spectrum.
nah, I think he's just. Well, I don't know. I don't know enough about him except that he beat his girlfriend allegedly.
Well, yeah, that's being on the spectrum does not.
Yeah, I feel like
that,
those don't correlate, so I don't really know.
But that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But just social behaviors, and being mysterious.
I think it's more of his carefully curated brand.
That's a shit brand.
I know, but it is like his
It
brand.
works, I
According to
guess.
Fantano, it's his
Yeah.
brand. I don't know too much about him, but apparently that's his whole thing. He's just like he doesn't do like PR stuff much, unless it's like promoting an album maybe, whatever.
She called me bro.
But it seems more like the story that people are running with is that he just wanted to scam him, I guess.
And that's a pretty good deal. He got $2
Yeah, he
million
got
in a Lambo
2 is the,
for a 6-minute appearance.
yeah.
Got him.
Yeah. But also Aiden Ross is a shit person, so kind of funny.
Well, he's a streamer. That's to be expected.
He's also, I don't know, there's I think there's some allegations, potentially white supremacy. Maybe.
Well, aren't they all white supremacists?
He's like one of the, are you familiar with Kai Cenat?
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy, right? So like, he's like a big part of like the hip hop, like the weird hip hop streamer community, if that makes sense. There's like a weird subsection of the internet that's like into that. So like he'll have like guests on and stuff. And Aiden Ross like try to do the same, I guess. But Aiden Ross is like funny white man.
So it's
I think
less good.
he's also a proud advocate for Andrew Tate. So I don't know, dude's like not the best guy. There are other things I can't remember from Fantano's review of him, but
Oh yeah.
I see.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of Hayat, happy Chinese New Year's, by the way.
Oh yeah, happy Lunar
Don't
New
see for
Year.
try.
Does Indonesia celebrate it? At all?
I don't, but my Chinese side of the family does.
I think Japan.
They're
Yeah.
not Chinese, mate.
No, well,
No, well, it's lunar, right?
It's from the Lunar
okay.
New Year's, but they're
this
not
is
Chinese,
like
mate.
maybe controversy. I know that no one really talks about it. Perhaps China celebrates Chinese New Year, and then everyone else celebrates Lunar New Year because it's all the lunar calendar. But my mum is like, well, it was the calendar was made in China.
Is this some Chinese nationalist talking points?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're like, they should be celebrating Chinese New Year. Lunar New Year was just some conspiracy made up by the Hong Kongese people.
Deep
Which
state.
is also my parents being anti-Hong Kong, so I don't care much for that.
Damn. Well, because back in Japan, I get the envelopes from relatives and stuff, so I'm pretty sure we do
The
celebrate.
Tradition exists.
Yeah.
Which
It's all of these really Southeast Asian
These
countries.
fucking
pretty much
Southeast Asians. Well,
These
Japan's not
fucking-
Southeast, really. It's more like
No,
just
you're
East.
dissing on us.
But it's all of
but
these
not
Asian
him, but
countries
me.
really
All of these fucking
having
Asians.
or being originally Chinese people
Yeah.
that moved elsewhere.
Yeah, because, you know,
'Cause
they're
realistically,
the OG
that's how it
immigrants.
probably happened.
Yeah.
It's like how we still say the Gregorian calendar rather than the Western calendar. I don't know.
Gregorian,
Yeah.
George, wherever
Well,
that
wherever
is in the
George
West.
I just say the Google calendar, because I got my
Google
Google
calendar,
reader. Yeah.
There's a Google amount of days.
Yeah. I have a calendar in my room that I just did the days for today for February and March.
Yeah, I remember some years where I did get involved in celebrating by going to my relative's place. I'll get the money and be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's great, guys. Happy New Year's. I eat the shit, the food, and I
You
say,
eat the shit. Yeah.
don't see for chai.
Yeah. Which means like,
Yeah,
I
not
hope you get
that
rich or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Get
wish good
rich,
fortune.
baby.
Yeah.
So it's a good holiday.
Yeah. I remember last year, Charles's family gave me
Oh shit.
an
They were
envelope
like,
or
damn,
something.
this guy poor. He needs to get
I
rich
think
real
it
quick.
was. It might have been a bit of that. But yeah. I went yesterday. I went to like in Emporium. They had this thing set up which you could look at like your zodiac,
Oh.
and it'll give you like a prediction. It was kind of funny because like my prediction was just like, "Oh, you should go out and meet people." And, like it was just, like relationships, right? So it's like
Yeah.
you should go out and meet people, and I'm like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And then my friend's one was just like, "Oh, someone at work likes you." Like,
Oh,
okay,
right on
that's
the
a very
nose.
specific one
Yes.
compared to
Is that true though? Have you investigated that?
I don't know, but apparently, I can't remember. I think my best match is like a snake or something
Because you are a snake.
because I'm a monkey.
Are you a
No,
monkey?
you're a snake.
Yeah,
I'm only just realizing that I don't know if your zodiac sign depends on the Gregorian year or the lunar year.
Wouldn't
it's
it be the lunar
the
year?
lunar year.
Yeah, but was your birthday's before the Chinese New Year's, unless it wasn't.
Doesn't it change date
It
every
changes,
Because
so
it's
we
not
could
a full
check.
year. Yeah.
But can we be bothered?
According to the thing, it said monkey.
What is your actual birthday?
19th of January.
19th of January.
You were at my
I'm trying to
birthday
figure it
this
out.
year.
I think
2004.
4.
because I know from me that my Lunar New Year birthday is exactly 2 weeks after the actual Lunar New Year. So from the 5th of February to the 19th, that's less than 2 weeks, isn't it?
No.
No. So
Yeah,
I
about 2 weeks.
I reckon
It's
your
about 2
birthday
weeks.
was before the Lunar New Year, which
Yeah.
means you're not the monkey, you're the one before.
Damn. It's monkey business.
Damn.
But
sad.
does it really matter?
Nah, that's
You're monkey
yeah.
now, man.
I'm monkey.
You're monkey gang.
I got very excited when I was monkey. I was a monkey.
Welcome to the monkey
What
kingdom.
is before monkey? I think it's
Rat.
sheep. Yeah.
Sheep?
Ram or sheep.
I don't know mine because I
You're
probably knew, but I forgot.
You're a year older than us, than your sheep.
Yes. Ooh, lamb.
Yes.
Bah.
Hey,
Ram, lamb, sheep.
The thing with the
Bovine.
wool.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, you celebrated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to friends' places,
Was the food good?
obviously.
Good food. That's
food.
what we like.
Every Chinese New Year, we go to celebrate at the friend's house of ours. The one family friend my family has had since I was born, pretty much.
Damn, the OGs.
The OGs, and they
The
are
day
also
ones.
day ones, and they are also all rich.
Yes.
Yo, that's
Good
a
thing, that
Chinese
means
New
you're
Year
getting
spirit.
a nice thick envelope.
Exactly.
Damn, I want a thick envelope.
I want a thick daddy.
Yeah, you
What?
get a thick envelope of parking fees. Or
I don't have a car. How would I get parking
Well, you
fees?
park on your ass every day.
Damn, you park that
Mm.
ass right here.
Mhm.
I laid an envelope on your chair that I've been parked on.
Damn.
Not red, it's
Yeah.
brown.
Oh,
Mm.
brown envelope, brown package.
Brown package.
Drake's package.
Drake's pack.
See, in the Lunar
Is
New
Drake's
Year-
package a euphemism for God's plan?
Mm. He did give up money in that music video.
He did. In the spirit of Chinese New Year.
He did. That,
Yeah.
that was God's plan. And like God's
Yeah.
plan, democracy has died in Chinese New Year. Yesterday on the 10th, I walked up to the Indonesian consulate.
Oh, yeah.
And- What do you call it?
Voted?
Yes. What's the act of voting?
Voting.
No, like it's not sent your vote.
I
Placed your vote, I suppose.
yeah, place.
Yeah.
I
place your
placed
vote.
my first vote for the presidential election and for my House of Rep for the first time in my life.
How do you know when you get the results?
So they're gonna count it at the 14th because so
The
3 days.
foreign embassies do it on the 10th, so they have a bit of a leeway to count to I guess send the data back or some shit
Yeah.
for everything to be counted at the 14th because that's when the actual election is.
Yeah.
So I'm 4 days early.
a day of love.
It is a day of love.
And a day of Madam Web.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So everyone better spend their Valentines in the voting booths in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the dang truth?
Yeah. Any other stuff you guys got up to this week? I think I might have watched a couple of things. Let me pull up my list.
Ooh, we got a little bit of watchies.
Whatties?
I talked about Mr. and Miss Smith last week, right? The movie.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I watched this week was the movie Zodiac by David
Oh.
Fincher. One of my favorite films of all time. Rewatched it and it's still a banger. Absolutely great film. If you're interested in the Chinese Zodiac or the Zodiac Killer,
Mm.
you can check out this movie.
I
It's really
killed a
good.
monkey today.
Oh,
Tomorrow I'll be
no.
after the chicken.
Oh, that could be a serial killer premise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is more delicious?
Mm.
Oh, do you mean humans that have the sign or like actual animals?
Oh, that might be a
So I
funny...
thought it was going after humans that
Ah,
fit the
Is that
Zodiac.
what
See-
the Zodiac Killer actually did?
No, the Zodiac Killer is the guy who killed people, and then he'd like send in the cryptid, like that's sorry, Yeah,
Encrypted messages.
yeah,
Okay.
and some messages it's taken like 50 years to decode, like they've just done it in the last couple of years or whatever. But
at the crime scene,
yeah,
his left
it was a
an animal,
pretty big
dead
case.
animal of every zodiac the victim was.
Yeah,
But that would be a cruel premise, right? You kill people based on their zodiacs.
How would
I feel like that might have been a thing from some movie or something.
I don't know. How would you acquire a dragon though?
Acquire a dragon.
Yeah, because my idea is if you kill a person born in the year of the chicken, you leave a chicken there.
You just put like a Lego dragon.
No, you
A
put
Lego
like a
dragon.
little lizard, bruh.
Komodo dragon.
Yeah,
Well, a bearded dragon would be easier. Komodo dragons are huge.
dragon these nuts.
Oh,
You leave a copy of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
you kill Ibsy.
oh, that was an actual interesting point that I was thinking about. In today's modern society, you wouldn't really get a serial killer like the Zodiac anymore, right?
I suppose not, because we live in a surveillance state.
Surveillance state plus our forensics is like really good.
Yes.
Like, yeah, our forensics is like insane. You can, from like a microfiber, you can determine like where the person's from and shit
DNA
because of the
test.
chemical components and shit like that. Like that's
Yes.
just kind of cool.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, just don't commit any crimes unless you're gonna get caught. Unless
you
you're the guy who
wanna
stole my
get caught.
wallet. That
Unless you're a
scoundrel.
smart individual somehow. And can
Smart
get around
fella.
all that. Yeah, if you're a smart fella, not a fart
Fat
smeller,
fella.
you might be able to get around these forensics business.
It's okay. You just either have to be really smart or you have to know the right politicians in Sydney.
Yeah, you need an insider man.
Whoa, allegedly,
Whoa,
allegedly,
whoa,
whoa. But yeah. Zodiac, great movie. Had me on the edge of my seat. Best pacing,
Did you
great
fall off?
directing. Almost fell off. You know, just straight up, like, we're watching the movie, right? It's like real story or whatever you go through. There's this section where they go to a basement, and at the same time, like, me, Ibrahim Thomas, we're all watching it together. We all were like, this is actually really scary right now. And we're all like terrified because he's in the basement. It was so creepy. And we were just like scared.
Reminds me of my basement.
Wow.
Do you have a
Are you the
basement?
Zodiac killer? Never caught.
I'm not gonna say yes or no to that.
I
Yeah.
think they got him, personally. Like, there's a dude who they were like, yo, we've got some evidence here, let's bring him in. And then he died of a heart attack.
It was an inside job.
But no one's proven anything, so... And then these dudes called the case breakers or code breakers or something. Some ex, like, FBI military. In 2020, I believe, came forward and said this other guy did it because they have partial DNA samples or whatever. But the thing about partial DNA is it's bullshit. Because
not
it's literally,
full.
like, it could account for what, like, partial could mean anything. It's like, what, 50% of the population has this one thing of
Yeah.
DNA? Like, it's like, yeah. So I don't really believe those people. I have my own theories.
It was an inside job.
By who?
The police department.
The police department.
They killed him before he could say nothing.
What?
Because he had a heart attack.
No, you know what I reckon is? You're a bit sus there.
I'm pretty sus.
He's pretty
Yeah.
sus. See, they couldn't have committed day of the crimes because supposedly Dale wasn't born yet.
That's right.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Where
So
were
I
you
reckon
in
Dale's
the
the Zodiac
late
killer.
60s to early 70s?
Exactly.
You know,
So
just
they're like,
biding my
obviously he
time.
couldn't be the killer. He hasn't been born yet.
Yeah.
Little did they know.
I'm just hiding in the shadows, waiting for the right time to come out.
Real.
I reckon it's ghosts.
Oh, can I borrow a tissue quickly?
Yeah.
We all fall down. Scatter.
Man, was it hot outside?
Oh, it's very hot, yeah.
Damn.
This guy saw my forehead full of sweat. Did ya?
And licked
I don't
it
know
off.
if I examined your forehead in detail,
Mm.
but probably.
Considering how much my forehead sticks out, I reckon you might have.
Forehead, more like 6 head.
Am I a forehead?
That's about
Yeah,
a
I am
four.
a forehead. I've got 4 fingers from the top of my eyebrow. Keep your fingers pulled together, mate. Stick them together. Yeah, I reckon you're a forehead.
Is that why they call it forehead?
Well, that's a
No,
number.
it's like 4 is in like the front.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
not the number 4.
But it could be.
It could be.
Otherwise, you get the 5 heads.
All right. Shall
Or
we
the
talk?
3 heads.
Real. Shall we talk about the main meat of the episode?
The Drake.
Let's go.
Oh. Main
Drake of the
the
episode.
other meat of the
Uh,
episode.
You know how Drake is like a male goose or a male duck? Male duck. Drake and his Drake.
Oh
isn't it?
yeah.
Drake and his duck.
I'm all about that Drake Bell.
Haha, Drake Bell.
Real.
How's he doing? Is he in prison yet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna
I
steal
think
a
he
joke
pleaded
here.
guilty, right?
Yeah, well,
He
to like
done the-
endangerment or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal a joke here. Because on the weekend I went to Bunnings and I got this gardening tool. That's
Well, did you go to the Bluey thing?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
But I got this gardening tool that's
roommate
designed
did.
for pulling male ducks out of ponds. That was signed by the rapper. It was a Drake Rake.
Damn.
wait, well, did you need to buy that?
No, because it turns out the signature was a forgery, so it was a fake Drake Rake.
Sad.
Damn.
Not my joke.
Where did you buy it?
What did I buy? That was all the setup.
He was doing a bit.
I was doing a bit.
It was fake.
It was fake
It's a
Drake
fake
Rake.
story, man.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Jokes can be real.
Stories are not.
All right. So what do you want to talk about first, Argyle or Mr. Smith?
Let's give Argyle.
Yeah.
Argyle.
I reckon we get Argyle.
All right. Argyle. This film is directed by Matthew Vaughn. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard. What's his name? Justin Hammer guy. Sam Rockwell. I'm doing it off the top of my memory. Sam Rockwell. Henry Cavill, John Cena, Dua Lipa, Samuel L. Jackson. That's kind of like the main
Bryan
cast.
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, yeah.
And woman.
Ruth.
The film's premise, I guess, is author who writes spy novels gets like involved in a spy world of her own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a fantasy.
And I would also like to do just a little trivia thing. You know, the Argyle, this movie, there's a book of it, but like the book came out at the start of like last year or something as part of like promotion for the movie.
Oh, shit.
And apparently it's awful because it's like one of those, they put it together quickly, filled with errors,
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Quick promotion book.
Yeah.
So it's bad book.
Maybe bad movie too. We'll talk about it. What did you guys think? Did you like it?
I thought it's a bit of fun, I thought there were some funny moments in there. So, like, I enjoyed my time, I guess.
What about you?
I suppose it was fun and goof.
Real.
Jack hates.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah,
I talked to him about it like last week.
it.
I fucking hated this movie. And it's like it's not that I didn't want to hate. Like I wanted to like it. I was actually pretty hyped for this movie, but there are just a few things that I do not particularly enjoy about this movie. I think the storyline for this movie is kind of ass.
Very
Mhm.
convenient storyline.
Yeah, a lot of plot conveniences and a lot of like, I don't know. They want the story to feel like it's like twists and turns. But up to a point, I sort of didn't care. And I feel like the twists and turns actually went out of its way to kind of detract from the moral of the story. In a way, it's kind of more like, I don't know, I was vibing with the main character kind of coming into their own and kind of like figuring herself out or whatever. But then they kind of go in a direction which I didn't really like. Well, we'll talk about it later, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then they completely fuck up the entire movie at the very, very end. Like the very last scene of the movie completely undoes everything in the movie. And it's stupid, and I don't know why they did that. But we'll get to that.
Nice setup for a sequel.
Yeah, it is. But we'll also get into that, like in the spoilers and stuff. I think that what was I going with that? Oh yeah, so it's like the premise is kind of goofy, silly, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this author, she's just like so good at writing that she's kind of able to predict the future in a way. That's obviously not really what it's about, I guess. But I thought that was a silly, goofy premise. But I was kind of like, okay, if they lead into that, that's fine. But they keep kind of like doing twisted stuff to kind of justify it and try and like make it. The movie, it's weird because this movie's not very realistic. Like, it's like very flashy and colorful, and like the action sequences are overstylized or whatever. But the way they do their twists is like they want it to be more realistic. They want it to. The problem with the twist is it's explanations. Like, they'll just do exposition, right?
Yes.
And like all the twists are trying to justify what's kind of going on, to be like, well, this is too silly, so we have to do a twist to explain how this is too silly. So, but it's okay because this other thing happened that justifies that, because it's not, that wasn't real. This is real, and it's a lot of that. It's like, it feels like they don't trust their premise enough. But also, they just want to do the thing of, like, it was a spy movie, so there have to be twists and stuff. And we're just going to have the most twists so that we're really cool and we're really smart. And, like, but I wasn't just, nah.
You ain't buying.
And the way they do the world, right, is, I think the film starts off really strong with this, like, really goofy, over-the-top, Fast and Furious, bad CGI, like, Henry Cavill fight sequence, and, like, with Dua Lipa. Also, Dua Lipa is literally only in the movie at the start. So if you're going to the movie to see Dua Lipa, like, I feel like there will be a decent amount of people who are. Like, a lot of the marketing was Dua Lipa.
True.
She is listed in, like, the main cast list.
Probably
She's in the movie at the very start of the movie and never again. Also, John Cena's barely in this movie as well.
Yeah.
Just want to point that one out. What was my point? So yeah, you got this really over-the-top, ridiculous, silly, Moonfall level kind of bad action sequence at the start. Like, the CGI in this movie is kind of awful, I feel. But, like, it's fine because it's like the writing, right?
Yes.
But when you get the action in real life, it's just as bad. And I'm very confused. Because isn't it supposed to be more realistic in the real world?
But it's a goofy movie.
I reckon they just had a little bit of a funny goof.
Because I think it would be interesting to see the contrast, right? Because I feel like that's what really is the point here. But there is no contrast. It's just as silly as it is in her books.
Because it's real, because it's based on real.
It's not real. None of this is real.
You know what is
Like
real?
a fake story.
NordVPN, not sponsored.
I think in terms of good things, the acting was okay. I don't think it was amazing, but it was fine. That's not really a good thing then. I think the acting's just fine. I think everyone deserves a fine performance.
No one was bad.
Yeah. I think Bryan Cranston was kind of miscast there. I don't think I don't know.
He can't be evil, man.
Weirdly enough, right? Because he's Walter White, but like, I don't know. Didn't really buy him much in this role.
He's a goofy evil man in this one.
Yeah, and I just don't. I don't know.
So it felt more like a Malcolm in the Middle evil man.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The action I think is all right. Like, actually, it's pretty decent. Like, there's a fight on the train that's pretty good. I think that was probably the highlight in terms of action in the movie. There's a cool color one at the end. But that was like part of where I was like, I was already out of it. It was like, this is so silly and so, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally out of nowhere.
Literally.
What are other good things? I don't know.
I wanted more cat justice.
There was good stunt work. Oh yeah, the cat was like mostly CG for the rest of the movie.
Which was like, I wanted a cat. I wanted to see
damn-
cat.
The CGI is pretty bad in this. Like, the green screen is awful. They're like jumping off buildings at points and it's like does not look good. They're like,
I mean, really, what was the marketing for this? Dua Lipa and cat. They couldn't do either.
And the mystery of, is this written by Taylor Swift? That was like a thing. And everyone would be, all the cast members would be like, I cannot confirm or deny, because the cat's like, I think the same as Taylor Swift's cat. And
reference.
Taylor Swift carries the cat in like the thing.
the
I think it is like just a reference to Taylor Swift. I don't think she wrote it. Well, I mean, I don't.
You won't want to write it now.
Hey, no way.
Hey, maybe Taylor Swift was like, yo, if you got my cat in there, give me some moolah.
Yeah. I do think, like you guys are saying, silly, goofy, funny. I think that is a highlight of them. Like, it is fun for most of it. I think just like it by the third act, it just got too much that I just didn't care. I also fell asleep. But that's beside the point. It's just, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot we got to talk about as spoilers to get through the plot.
Yeah.
But I think it was just too much for me.
Too much.
Too goofy.
And I like a little bit of goof, you know. I like it. Another, like, I think Mr. and Mrs. Smith we'll talk about this week. That's pretty goofy, but I like that one. But this one ain't it for me. Also, it's funny that two like spy thrillers dropped in the same week, but one of them I feel like is a lot better.
And better.
Do you reckon they did the music well?
Who?
Music.
They did use a lot of funny tracks.
Okay. Well, let's break something down for a second.
Break it down.
There is very clearly a song that they use in the movie that the character goes, "Oh, this means so much to me," and it means so much to. It's a connection to some people's past, and it's meant to be a song that kind of brings them together or whatnot. It is a song that they clearly added just purely in post because the song was not out when they were filming the movie. Yeah. Because the song literally dropped last year. And there ain't no way that in the time span of this movie that the song even existed when they were doing that. So that generally pissed me off for some reason. You know what song I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
A certain song that we can talk about later, but the main song for this movie did not exist when the movie was made. Well, like, it did in a capacity, but like the release that they did use, no, it didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
The version of the song.
Yeah.
To clarify. In particular.
They didn't know what song it was gonna be.
Yeah, they clearly didn't. And they just added it later. Compared to like a James Gunn movie where he plans out the soundtrack. Like, actually, a lot of just good movies that use their soundtrack. I feel like Tarantino does that as well. You plan out your soundtrack and it like fits and stuff. But this one just did not fit. And the inaccuracy like just threw me off completely with all those scenes. Even though they were trying to be emotional at points, like it'd be like, this is an important song to us. But no, can't have been.
Not chronologically possible.
It's not chronologically possible. That's the most ridiculous part of the movie.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, besides that song, I think they used a few disco-esque tracks they used for the action scenes, which I think somewhat fits, you know. A bit, in my opinion, a bit too disco-y for what's happening, but disco.
Is disco goofy?
I guess they're trying to make it a bit lighthearted, a bit, you know, groovy, a bit dancey.
They're trying to groove to it. There's a band off.
Alright.
But yeah.
Shall we break down some spoilers then?
Let's break it down.
And just on that note, the song was Now and Then by the Beatles. Which I know is a song that existed, but like that version of the song is the re-release that only came out last year. And I feel like that's so fucking obvious. Like, how did that go over their head? Like, that was a big deal when that song came out last year. At least for like
Maybe
Beatles
it was a
people.
paid, what do you call it? Insert.
I don't know.
By Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr.
Well, this is maybe it's like an Apple Music thing because this is an Apple movie.
Oh, but Apple, the computer company, has no stake in Apple Records, the Beatles record company.
Oh,
or they were just like besties. Oh, we have the
maybe
same
it's just like an Apple
name.
Music
Oh
thing,
God.
you know.
I
It's
mean,
like Apple, like
it's in like they have a deal.
their service.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, every song is
But
on
yeah,
Apple Music. So.
Yeah, that is true. Including Ben Shapiro's rap.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Number one on iTunes. Or some shit.
Was it?
Yeah. It was like funny because it's like number one downloads or whatever. Like you have to buy the song.
On iTunes.
So it's like normal people who nobody buys songs. So it's like, yeah, probably if someone like convinces all their fans to buy it, it's probably going to end up number one because no one buys songs. It's all streaming now.
Yeah, true.
Okay, this movie. What's like the first? So the premise initially is, yeah, her books she writes are so good that they can kind of predict the future. So
Yeah.
they're both the bad guys and the good guys. And which one's actually which? Maybe they're both bad. Maybe they're both good. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The idea is they get her. They can predict that she writes the. Yeah, they can use her to predict where the chip thing that they're looking for is.
Mm-hmm.
And MacGuffin bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the first twist is that she's not predicting, she's doing it based on memory.
Until a certain point where she writes the book, but couldn't write more because that's
Yeah. It hasn't happened yet
in real life.
And you see, my problem is like, okay, so you got that initial premise where it's like, yeah, and then it's like, oh, she's like a writer in this world of spies, and she's kind of like, whoa, my world is kind of like real. I think that's interesting enough on its own. Like, that could be its own movie, but you don't have to go like, so the thing is, they have to explain it away and be like, well, that's too silly. So actually, she used to be she used to be a spy. That's why that justifies. This is a real noble explanation for why that is so silly. And then part of that is, I feel like she doesn't really develop anything in this movie. They kind of just go, "Oh, she used to be a spy," and then that kind of gives her abilities back.
It was Mustafa's Remember Who You Are.
Mustafa?
What's his name?
Mufasa?
The Lion King, Mufasa.
Yeah, you know what Mufasa movie's dropping at the end of the year?
What's he gonna be? The prequel?
The prequel, like one of the live action part of that thing.
Okay.
It's gonna be awful. We're gonna review it though.
Mufasa, how he became king.
How he told people to remember who they are. Anyway, yeah. Even like her fighting, she can suddenly fight and stuff, and I just feel like it's not fun when a character just like
suddenly.
Where's my Rocky training montage?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just like
the progression.
I don't know. She realizes that. So then the other twist is that she was. So essentially, like, she loses her memory because she gets into an accident, right?
Yeah.
And
good old amnesia.
She used to be a spy working with Rockwell's character, and they were like a couple or whatever.
The partners.
Or like they were an actual couple, right?
And partners.
Yeah, like in a certain TV series or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but she was just acting in that partnership because she was actually working for the bad guys.
For Bryan Cranston. But
initially,
her new self realized, hey.
Which is, by the way, I could predict that she was working for the bad guys. I thought that was pretty clear, but yeah. Yeah. Also, I thought that the way they were gonna do it, because like I guess one of the themes in the movie is like, who is Agent Argyle, which I think is a silly thing, but from the way I saw the movie, I thought it was like, oh, maybe I was just going for like a writer's perspective or whatever. It's like she draws inspirations from a bunch of things, because like people, like I thought Bryan Cranston had kind of similar hair to Argyle a little bit.
Yeah,
I thought that Sam Rockwell had the like. He is kind of Agent Argyle at the start, sort of, in the way he fights. But she's also Agent Argyle. Yeah. But then, we'll get to later, in the very last scene, there is an actual Agent Argyle. There is Henry Cavill.
Oh, maybe this is not Argyle, but a guy that she took the look from.
Yeah. So, but like, still, that would also factor into that. Yeah.
Would be, yeah.
Which I feel like goes against the second plot twist of her being like, oh, she's really Agent Argyle, she was the spy. I feel like that undermines it by going, oh, but look, it's Henry Cavill. So it's like...
It would. Unless in the next movie, they just directly said what I said. I feel like, inspiration.
Yeah.
But not real.
Yeah.
Just some guy.
But he looks like directly at the camera and goes like, oh, don't you know who I am? Or something like that, doesn't he? He goes like, this is weird or something. He said something creepy.
I could not tell you either.
Yeah.
Didn't he go like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember me?
Ball torture.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Also, funny plot convenience at one point where they're like in this oil place and she goes,
Oh yeah.
"Yo, was that ice skating thing real?" And he was like, "Yes." And then she ice skates
Because she remembered.
because she remembered.
And then
I
she
guess that's
shoots-
convenient. That's the one real thing from the Bryan Cranston's brainwashing or whatever.
Yeah, and then she shoots a gun all over the place when they said before you can't shoot gun or explode.
Yeah, that was so fucking stupid. Yeah. Because that was the whole point of the fucking scene was they can't shoot the gun. And that's why, yeah. Fucking stupid.
A bit of a
Fucking
stupid.
dickhead.
I think that was probably the worst part of the actual movie for me.
The logical fallacy.
Do you reckon they all got poisoned from the fumes?
And I
Maybe.
mean, oil fumes are pretty good. They get you high
Yeah. So do you reckon they'll go high? Alright.
until you overconsume, then you get poisoned. I
Or
guess.
until you get stabbed in the stomach.
Oh,
Yeah. That.
also another thing. In terms of the dialogue in this movie, I thought like the dialogue and all the funny Henry Cavill parts were like cheesy, right? And like purposely cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a funny, silly spy thing. And then she'll like
Yeah.
rewrite the lines or whatever. They're just as dumb in the real life. Like one of her lines is like, "I hate cats," or something. Where he's like, "I'm gonna kill your cat," and she goes, "Do it. I hate
But
cats."
she was acting, bruh.
Yeah, but it was so fucking goofy.
Main character energy.
I don't know.
Main character energy.
She was double agenting, yo.
Yeah.
And you know what double agents love? Cheese. You know why? Because they're rats.
Damn.
Yo,
Moles.
that true. Rats and moles, though. They're both
Do
moles.
moles
are
like
rats.
cheese?
Also, Samuel
funny.
L. Jackson is in this movie. And that was a miscast because he cannot be in the movie canonically.
Where's
Because
that?
he plays another character in the universe.
Who's in the universe?
So you know how this is part of the Kingsman universe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Double-
So he's the villain of the first Kingsman movie. How could he be in this
It's
movie?
his cousin.
Twin.
Damn.
Twin gone rogue.
Twin, yeah, mate. That's actually how they might explain that away.
Yeah.
But that
It
doesn't
would be.
make a lot of sense.
No, Samuel L. Jackson in real life is like, I have
No,
a
he was
twin
also a
brother.
double agent.
Oh.
He was also he's like a rich entrepreneur, I believe, in Kingsman.
I
How was
forgot
he
what it
a
was.
When would the
yeah.
events of each
I
thing
think it was
set?
his cover, bruh.
I think Argyle's just set in modern day, right?
Yeah.
Same song?
Well, it's set when the Beatles song came out.
Yes.
So it's in the future.
Met people. What if the Beatles song came a couple years before in this universe?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, alternate universes, guys.
Now and then.
Yo, are they gonna meet Ibsy? Not Ibsy, Eggsy. In the next
Probably.
movie.
Well, the next Kingsman movie
Yeah.
is cool. Well, we'll talk more Kingsman in a bit. But, wait, what are the things that they're talking about the actual movie?
What music is it?
well, yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, we talked about the Beatles, yeah. I thought that, yeah, Sam Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard had good chemistry. I guess that's
Yeah.
a bonus. Yeah.
Bonus.
But they,
meme.
I think Sam Rockwell did a good job. I think Bryce Dallas Howard was decent. I don't know.
Mayhaps.
I don't know. I feel like there's not really much direction in terms of like who is she, like what she's supposed to be playing it as. I don't know.
I mean, like
I don't know.
character-wise,
Yeah.
she is Agent come back from the dead, not the dead, from
Yeah.
sleep.
Maybe I could just like never get into a character because it kept like changing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's like what?
You know who never changes? The cat.
The cat. What was the cat's purpose of this movie though?
To blind Bryan Cranston.
Nick
Yes.
Fury style.
Yeah.
To attract the
Or
Taylor
just
Swift
so he
fans.
could go, I think so. And also, like, so she could go, I hate cats. To prove that she was a bad guy or whatever.
Yeah, and
the
Bryan
bad guy.
Cranston was like, yeah, you do hate cats.
Yeah.
Kitty kitty.
Also, they do that trope of like, aim to like shoot the person like just outside of the heart or
funny
whatever.
heart. Shoot They should try.
And she's like, "Yo, I've like never shot a gun before, or like this is like my first time shooting in ages. That was just a complete luck aim.
Yeah. Bet on my luck, and it
That was
turned out
convenient.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I just feel like a lot of the core ideas that I felt like I wanted to get across with like the reality versus like fantasy, and like the writer kind of like being in their world just was not executed well at all.
Yeah, it wasn't explored to its full potential, probably. Yeah.
I think like I feel like the story kind of sucked ass too. There's also the whole movie. The movie is Mission Impossible. Like the plot is the first Mission Impossible movie with they're looking for the thing with the agents' names on it.
Yeah,
That's literally what the plot of the first Mission Impossible movie is. So
that is true.
yeah,
A
This is
time, a story tested by time and however that saying goes.
and apparently the whole
Tested through time.
used to be an agent but forgot or whatever. That's also the plot of like another movie or something. So I don't know.
That's the plot of
It's like, why do they make like? And it's like also they don't really have enough faith in their own franchise so they have to tie it into Kingsman. Just make a fucking Kingsman movie.
Yeah.
So let's break that down. So we talked. Yeah, we also got that Henry Cavill appears at the end, and you're like, oh, cool. I don't care. Like, I do not give a shit. We've been through this. Who is Argyle for the entire fucking runtime, and now you're gonna be like, oh, well, actually, I don't give a fuck. All right. Post-credit scene. Someone in the Argyle family, I guess, pulls up at the Kingsman pub, which is something that didn't exist prior to this movie. And they're like, yo,
we kingin'.
we're kinging. Now the question is the Kingsman stuff in real life or in the fantasy world of the writing?
Yeah, that's a true question.
So I don't know, and I don't really get it completely.
What if she wrote the Kingsman?
Yeah, what if she did write the Kingsman? And I guess some Argyle joins the Kingsman. Is that the point?
They do a collab.
You do a collab.
So does that mean what she experienced in real life makes for a worse story than what she could make up by herself?
Maybe.
But what she makes up
But is she even that
real
talented of
life.
a writer because she's just recounting stuff, right? I don't fucking...
Unless she actually did write the Kingsman comics.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Creative supervisor on the Kingsman comics in real life.
The Kingsman stuff is actually part of the Kick-Ass universe in the comic. And Matthew Vaughn directs both, by the way. So maybe they could cross over. Yeah, so there is a prequel series coming out for this, I think, because it said like Argyle Book 1 coming soon or something.
No.
Because this is the fourth book in a franchise or something, right?
Yes.
But not really. It's like the book in the movie is the fourth book in the franchise. So it's Argyle Book 1, the fake like book universe, the first book in the series, or is it a prequel to this movie event? So like, and how does that tie into Kingsman? Is Kingsman part of the book universe because it's Argyle Book 1? You see where I'm getting like with this? How fucking stupid it
is. Is the prequel gonna
is?
be about just the book, or is it gonna be the real universe, real life? And
is this real life or is this just fantasy?
It's all just cooked.
Yeah, quoting Freddie Mercury.
Gotta quote Freddie. I thought anyway. That's dumb. We've got a Kingsman 3 is coming out soon, I think, and also the Kingsman 2 is coming out soon. Did we watch the Kingsman together?
Yes, we did.
We did.
And we
did
didn't like it.
Yeah.
Kingsman.
Yeah.
When are they gonna bring women into this?
I'm trying to think, are there any female characters in the Kingsman universe?
Probably.
Well, I mean, we got
Some MI6
Argyle
characters.
now.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, so Argyle is just how they bring women
Oh,
into
and her name is like an
Kingsman.
anagram or something.
Yeah.
That was.
Because it's like
Art
Rachel.
Kyle.
What's the person's
Yeah,
name?
it's
Rachel
like
something?
it's not even a real name. It's like Art Kyle or something.
Like R. Kelly
Yeah.
with Kyle.
Like yeah. Anyway, shall we go final verdicts?
Why not?
Yeah, Argyle. You know, a bit of goofy, a bit of a bit of fun if you want it to be fun. but a lot of plot inconsistencies, as my man Jack here said it. I agree too about that. But hey, if you like Cats and Taylor Swift Cats, you'll be severely disappointed in this one. Because she ain't there.
She ain't there.
No Taylor Swift in this one.
Dua
I'm gonna
Lipa's
give
in it
it-
for 2 minutes though.
Dua Lipa, 2-minute appearance. So if you're a Dua Lipa fan, what do they call Dua Lipa fans?
I don't know.
They're not Swifties.
The
They're
Dua peeps.
Lipas.
Lipa
Even
peeps.
Dua means two. Lipas, I don't know what the fuck a Lipa is. So get on there.
You don't mean a leper, do you?
It's a
That's
Lipa, a
different.
leopard.
A leper is different.
Oh, leprosy.
Yeah.
Those are people.
That's a disease,
It's a
right?
disease.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Dua Lipa fans are just called the disease.
Leopards.
Damn.
Leopards.
I'm a
The
Dua Lipa
Rars.
fan.
The felines.
I'm gonna give it a. Let's give it a 5.7.
Very specific.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you like, because you stole my point. If you like Cats, you're gonna be severely
Oh.
disappointed.
Just say it in a
The
different
musical.
way.
Exactly. No James Corden.
Taylor Swift was in Cats, the
Oh.
musical.
That is true. So you'd be better off watching Cats than this. 4.7.
Yeah, I don't think this is like the worst movie we've seen yet this year.
No.
Like, I think this is a bad movie, but like, it does have entertainment value, I think. And I feel like I kind of brushed over that too much, but like, I think this does have entertainment value. At least for like the first 2 acts, I think they've got some good jokes there. There's just some funny shenanigans and some decent action. But I do think it's kind of a bad movie, and it is below average in my opinion, especially in like the writing. So I think like 4.5.
4.5.
Average is like 5.
Quick maths.
So I don't know.
7.
It's about
5.
5.
It's about 5. Yeah,
It's about 5. Maybe less than 5.
Roger.
I think
we'll
it's less
leave it
than
at 5. We'll just leave it
5
at 5.
out
We'll
of
say this is
10.
our average film of the year so far.
Next up, we have.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Amazon Prime original TV series remake of the 2005 film. Have you guys seen that 2005 film?
I have not.
Nope. And without context, I thought they were literally talking about like old people, like an old couple.
An old
Because
couple.
my mind went to Granny Smith apples for some reason.
Did you know about the
Oh.
spies?
No, I did not know about
Well,
the
they're not
spies.
spies, they're assassins. Right?
Have you ever thought
yeah.
about who Granny Smith was? Who was the original Granny Smith?
Hey Google.
um,
The original Granny Smith was the owner of an orchard.
probably.
And how
Probably
did
a massive drunk.
every green apple became Granny Smith's green apple?
Because we are eating the flesh of our friend.
It could be like a. What's that term? You know how you have like colloquialisms that
Yeah.
are like you get words and then they get shortened or changed and then it gets like changed throughout time. It could have been just like a euphemism sort of thing for like a different name.
It's Discoverer. Maria Ann Smith had
Never
immigrated
mind,
from
yeah.
England with her
Real.
husband Thomas.
It's like brand things and like how people call things by brand instead of what it actually
Sydney,
is.
Australia.
I mean, some stuff, I guess. Like,
Granny
what,
Smith apples are Australian?
your cult. You
What?
don't call
Yeah.
it fermented yogurt or whatever it is.
Yeah, or like
With-
if you say like in America, I guess they call Xerox a photocopier.
Yeah.
Things like that. What else you call things by brand?
Google.
Isn't
Yeah,
there like
Google
the
it,
Edison
That's like the most.
engine or like the
Google.
Tesla engine or something like that, which is named after Nikola Tesla?
Well, that's not a
Oh.
brand.
Well, that's
I know
deliberate, right?
No, as in like an actual engine invented by Nikola Tesla. Or like an Edison engine or something like that. I don't
Oh.
remember.
Maybe, yeah. But is that like a
That's not-
colloquialism
really.
Is
yeah.
it? No.
naming? Or is he just deliberately named it that?
But his name is Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And then I think people named it.
Edison.
No, you know what? The Edison era of inventors always had people naming it after the inventor or like people stealing
Yes.
the names and it became known as the person who stole it.
Yeah, but
don't know.
that's different. That's
I never realized Granny Smith apples are like Australian. It never occurred to me that they probably don't have them overseas. Do they have Granny Smith apples
Maybe.
overseas?
I don't know. Let us know in the comments,
Oh,
American and Japanese and Indonesian
Maybe
viewers or
they
whatever it is
do.
that we used to have.
Australian, right, fellas?
Anyway, let's just get into the show.
meat.
Yeah, so this is a sort of reboot of that. It's very different though. Instead of doing like the couple that are assigned to kill each other, this is like couple that are, well, it's like assassins that are working together and pretending to be a couple, not the other way around, which is what that movie was. Yeah. I think this is from a lot of the producers of Atlanta, and I feel like you could definitely tell with this. It has a really cool, like, surrealist edge to it. There's some stuff just feels a little bit weird, and I like it. Also, you were asking who Ron Perlman was last week, right?
Was I? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the dude in Italy in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
the big guy.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a few cameos of people in this one. The therapist, you got the neighbor, you know, a few famous figures amongst actors. Yeah. Anyway, did you guys like it?
I did enjoy it. It was a
certified
fun time.
Dio banger.
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah,
Straight bussin', respectfully.
It was a bussin' experience.
Best show you've seen all year.
No cap. All printer.
All printer. I feel. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You liked it? Yeah.
I don't get why people online are shitting on it so much. It's just because they watched the original film.
Oh, it's so fucking weird. The people who think that the original film, by the way, is not a good movie. I just want to clarify. It's only popular because of the real life thing that went along with it with Brangelina or whatever it is, right? The movie, it's not a good movie. This show, even if this show was just like good, it would be better than the movie, okay? And I think this show is really good. But the people... Then you have to remember, people on the internet, you know how they be when it's like, you know, the previous movie was like a famous white couple. And you know, yeah.
What do you call it? Race swaps.
And also this show does have social commentary, so maybe they got too startled by that. They're like, well, no, I don't want to hear about society.
Yeah, people on the internet, they hate social commentary.
Yeah.
Only when it comes out of their mouths where they care.
Yeah. But this movie, this show is at least like critically, and for most people I've talked to in real life, enjoy it. So
no fake internet dwellers.
Yeah. 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 So I think this is like the best thing I've seen so far this year. I reckon. I know we're only like a month in, but like.
Well, I mean, shows wise, you know.
Oh yeah, sorry, TV show wise. I wanted to clarify. This isn't the best thing I've seen all year. I think it's probably Iron Claw, but in terms of anything I consume, but I really like this one. Just yeah, the tone and stuff is really cool. It's like this show can be like thrilling. Like they have some, especially that I feel like the Italy episode in terms of action is like the peak of the action in the show.
Yeah, it's the most action, that one. But
this show doesn't even need to have that much action in terms of like just like the dialogue is really good, the performances are good, the chemistry is great between the leads in this one. The story is like good, like interesting, and it's a cool idea how they took this kind of like dumb action romance movie and they kind of like fleshed out to like, oh, let's examine relationships in this kind of lens of their thing. And I guess is this what it's like to date someone you work with?
True, yeah. That was the main kind of I guess drama point of contention within their relationship, but in the funny context of being assassin people. Yeah,
and I think that really worked. It was executed very well.
Wait, so when the Emporium thing told your friend that they were going to be in someone at work like them.
Oh yeah.
See, they're gonna fight at the workplace.
They're gonna fight at the workplace. Yeah.
as the software engineers.
Real.
Well, I like how you premised it to me maybe a few weeks before.
Yeah.
You just said, oh, domestic violence, but all the time.
Well, that's more the first movie. Well, we'll get into spoilers right now, but it does get into that a little bit, maybe.
Well, eventually it kind of does,
Yeah.
because they fight.
But yeah. I really enjoyed this one. I could actually sit there and binge it, like, without having to really take much of a break, I feel.
Well, it's not a long season.
It's not too long.
So,
I wonder if there's going to be a second season, because I feel like this leaves off with, like, you can have a second season.
I suppose.
I actually feel like the ending was my least favorite part of the show, and my, like, we'll talk about that a bit, spoilers, right? I feel like the ending didn't quite stick for me. But I kind of wanted this to be like a rom-com, in all fairness. So, like, well, let's talk about it a bit later. But yeah, just such a good show. I think the social commentary is really funny in this. You can tell, like, it's got that kind of Atlanta vibe. It's just like some commentary, and like there's a really funny part where they have to like try and get something out of a rich person, and then he's like getting them to do weird stuff. And I thought like that's something that would be in Atlanta, straight up. Like that is the scene out of Atlanta right there. And I was like, that was really funny. Yeah. It's just like, it's so cool. It's just so good.
So very much different from the movie.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, yes.
And like this doesn't feel as like sleek, and like the characters in this don't feel like perfect. I feel like they're not. Yeah, they're like still like people, and that's kind of cool. Like maybe characters like, I don't know, someone like go talk to their mom or something like that. It's like people they're like actually complex people, which is something that just did not exist in that previous movie. I don't even hate that previous movie. I think it's fine. It's like an average, like B-level rom-com or whatever. Yeah. But this one, I feel like it actually gives a lot of nuance to the characters, and like, yeah. I like the way they interact with the world around them too, like the stuff with the neighbors and like shit like that. That stuff was pretty funny to me. I thought Paul Dano as the neighbor was hilarious to me, especially at the end. He has a really funny like post-credit at the end, and it was like very good. I don't know. I can't really think of any problems with the show. I think the ending, we'll get into that in spoilers, but like I feel like that's where I didn't, but I feel like the rest of the show
you dig it.
I dig it. Do you guys have any like other things?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
I think like I really recommend
was
this one.
Donald Glover involved in the writing? Was he not?
He produced it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hiro Murai, I believe, directed some episodes. If I think I saw his name at the end of some of it.
Donald Glover wrote the last episode.
Last episode?
Yeah.
I really like the last episode. It's just like one minor thing that I want to talk about, but
let's do it. Now.
In fact, I feel like the last episode is one of the stronger episodes. Like, I mean, it's all good. It's all good.
It is the peak of
the last episode, one that actually relates the most to the movie. Like the movie is like literally just the last episode, but like longer and without any of the seriousness to it. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So should we just talk some spoilers?
Spoilers.
Yeah. I think, to me, one of the things I feel like could have been resolved was the hi thing. Because I feel like they were building up to like, who is that?
Reveal.
And it just didn't happen at all. Especially because they keep playing it up towards the end, where they're like, he meets like the neighbor, goes, "Are you hi?" And I was like, oh, are they going to build up to something? It's going to be a big reveal or some shit. And they don't really go in that way. And of course, this could change depending on whether or not they're doing a season 2. But approaching it from the lens of, it's just one season, I felt like that was pretty unsatisfying to me.
Yeah. Well, they gotta keep it secret.
Yeah. What did you guys think about like the end with like how maybe they both die, maybe they don't?
They left it hanging,
which I feel like
It's not a.
that's too morbid for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel like
It's a bit of a. What do you call it? He's a cliffhanger in a way. But, you know, it's open.
if there's a
it's left
season
with
2,
open
it's more of a
interpretation,
cliffhanger, I
yeah.
guess. But I don't know. Just maybe in my taste preference,
It's not conclusive.
it's completely my own feelings, right? This is not objective at all. But I wanted them to have a bit more of a happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they were, I mean.
because I thought they were making up at the
recovering,
end. Yeah, so it's like that could be cool. Then Donald Glover gets shot.
He went to sleep. But yeah, I guess I agree that it's maybe not as satisfying, but and inconclusive. But I guess an open end like that is useful for them
Yeah.
and maybe for the audience.
Also, this show looks really nice.
It does.
It does.
It looks maybe film. I don't know.
Or made to look like
Yeah.
film at least.
It has a
They
really
got the
cool
grain,
grain. Yeah.
and I feel like most scenes are just a bit gloomy, or just like the weather is always like not cloudy. It's not like full on. It's never bright, you know.
Well, sometimes when they go outside, they go to the market.
Yeah.
They go to wasn't it brighter in Italy? I can't remember.
I feel like Italy was mostly a bit gloom.
Bit gloomy. Damn, real
It's like
Italy.
what's that weather where it's just cloudy, so it's not fully
Overcast.
bright. Yeah, I guess it's overcast. So it's kind of overcast.
Yeah.
But definitely indoors.
But I don't think
It's like
a lot
ridiculous.
of shows that have that sort of I don't know the color. I don't think the color palette is washed out though, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, and they actually use lighting and darkness pretty well, I think, throughout the show.
Yeah.
Because people be sneaking around sometimes.
Sneaky.
Yeah, and that last episode was pretty cool because it was that's why I thought they would lean more into the high thing, because it seemed like they were being manipulated or whatever by
Yeah.
and they were literally talking about how high is a god or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I guess my working theory is it's probably AI.
Oh.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like a Mission Impossible type thing, because they had the prediction AI in that one.
They predict.
Yeah,
They have all the data.
yeah. So I thought it would be, and it could, yeah. I feel like it would be a missed opportunity not to have a second season. I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah,
As long as they build off that, I guess if they go off the route of trying to find out who Hi is,
Yeah.
that's a
that would be compelling. Yeah,
good way to go for it.
yeah.
They go rogue.
I really liked how they have the other Mr. and Mrs. Smith is that was really
they come
cool.
back.
very interesting. They should have brought Brad Pitt and actually each other. They would never work together. But yeah,
Maybe
that would
he
be
should show up
funny.
in the next one.
yeah,
I'm the OG Smith.
yeah.
But it's actually just two AI bots made to
Maybe
imitate human beings.
Brad Pitt is Hi.
Yo.
What if?
I guess hypothetically, this could be part of that universe, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Because there's multiple Smiths.
And this is decades later, because 2005 was the movie. But yeah. Anything else to add?
No, I was wondering. You remember the first scene in the first episode
Yeah.
where they shoot a couple? Were they Smiths?
Oh yeah, I actually completely forgot about that. What
Yeah.
what was that?
And they never came back to that. It's
Huh.
just a funny opening scene. Or is that
Oh,
for
maybe
next
it was foreshadowing for the end of the show. Those
Maybe,
were a
yeah.
couple that
Mhm.
they were the other was because
Until
were the
then.
other Smiths taking them out?
I think it was our Jane and John, because the car was the same.
Oh, I'm having a blank.
Because I think
Wasn't it? Or was it the other J? It could have been
no,
the
it
other
wasn't.
one.
It wasn't the extreme risk,
High risk one.
high risk James and John. Jane and John. It was Donald Glover and
Was it?
I remember seeing Jane at least walking to the car, and driving off.
Huh.
See, that might be
Did
something.
they ever come back to that?
Nah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting then, I
That's
guess. Yeah, I completely forgot about that, honestly.
Or might be just weird foreshadowing for the end of a couple dead, maybe.
Yeah.
Or they forgot about it. They're like, oh yeah, we did that? Huh.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like they're alive. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe it's like the end, but in the front.
Or maybe it's just one of their fun adventures.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Also, if you Mr. and Mrs. Smith the movie, it's like told through the lens of their not divorce, their like marriage counseling. So it's like kind of like the office style interview thing, and they kind of play off that a little bit with or B-roll time. Hold on, I have to take my B-roll break
as well, right?
Yeah, I think they played off that.
For real.
Burr, fur. Febreze, yo.
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
See, this is a political sign in Indonesia because it's for number 3.
Real.
And the party is their party icon is a bull. So this is like a bullhead.
We should do that for the Unholy Trinity.
You should
Spider-Man?
do this,
Yeah,
but
3.
then have your other arm doing a shit. That's bullshit.
Is this shit?
I don't know. It's like fucking dookie.
Dookie. Well, this is like up yours. Right?
Up yours. 10 years on that kind of shit.
Like up yours.
All right. Is there anything else to discuss, or shall we verdict?
Ooh, we can get a verdict.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the show 2024. I really liked it. It was a cool spy espionage drama with a twist, unlike Argyle.
Well, our guys had many twists.
Many twists, but these twists are better. Yeah, I recommend it. You like Donald Glover stuff? Very much reminiscent of that. And yeah, 8 out of 10.
Better strawberry or cinnamon nipple twists? Yes,
Cinnamon and strawberry.
twist. Yeah, I enjoyed my time here. Let's give it an 8.5, yo.
Yo, I'm feeling a strong 9 out of 10 on this one.
Yo.
Yeah.
Good
Hopefully,
stuff.
second season. That's I'm hoping for a
Let's
second
count on
season.
it.
I think they can make a good one. Good
Let's hold
second
Mr.
season.
Donald Glover to it. Maybe
So-
Maybe
wear
it'll be
sweatpants
marriage
in the next
story.
one.
Maybe it will be. It is a bit of a marriage story at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. So that's a combined average of 8.5, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty high from us. Yeah.
There you go. One of the
And the
best
room.
ones of the year so far.
Yeah.
Or shows. I mean, what other shows did you watch? Ted.
That was just Ted.
Yeah. Ted. Oh, Godzilla. Not Godzilla.
Monarch.
Monarch.
Yeah, but we didn't really like that.
No. So watch this one instead,
Yeah. This one's really good. Yeah.
and then watch Ted.
Yeah. In that order, it's a good
Yeah.
viewing. Yeah. Oh, what's the first episode of Family Guy? I forgot to mention that.
The first ever.
Yeah, because I was working out. I was just like, I'm going to watch something random. So I put on.
Oh,
Nice.
damn. Was it like, what year was it? From like 1999?
I don't know. It was pretty good though.
Was it
it's
before?
apparently
It was still like
back when it was good.
hand-drawn shit. Was it? Oh, that
Was it ever
that just
hand
the-
drawn?
I think that was the pilot actually.
Yeah, I don't think it would have
Yeah.
ever been hand.
Because there was like Simpson-esque Peter Griffin at some point. I think that was the pilot.
No, this one's just regular. All right. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week, where I believe we will probably cover the film Madame Web.
Madame
And
Web.
Yes, we will.
maybe throw in Bob Marley movie as well.
Mm.
Couple of films.
Every little thing's
It's gonna be all right. Yeah.
Did you watch the clip
Get
I sent
together and
of Brad Pitt talking Jamaican?
Yeah, I did.
There you
That was
go.
from Meet Something. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Combination.
Meat
Combination. All right. See you guys next week. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you want to contact us, do unholythings@gmail.com.
Have we had mail time?
Huh?
Do we have any mail?
I don't know. Do we have to? I feel
This
You're
one
you're the
just
one who
send
would.
them in because I got no DMs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, anyway, unholy.pod on Instagram and TikTok. Any fire TikToks lately?
Not from us.
Not from us.
Because I haven't been chopping a clip.
It's okay. We'll do some trends.
Not from us, but there was the one where the rat was eating a piece of bread.
We
Yo.
should post that.
All right. See you guys later.
See
Bye
you next week. Bye bye bye.